The Fire Salamander is one of the most vibrantly coloured creatures in the Raptor Exotics collection, and here's Dave to tell us why it's one of his favourites.
This is one of my favourite animals here at Raptor Exotics, part of our educational team, and also used in our photography days for some of the close-up and macro work. This is actually one of my favourite animals of all time. I've loved these fire salamanders since I was a small boy. What a treasure. Just look at the markings and the colours on this animal. How could you not fail to be impressed by such a beautiful, beautiful amphibian such as this?
The brightly coloured parts of the Fire Salamander are used to warn other creatures of their poisonous glands. This would be a very difficult meal for any predator to digest.
Very sadly, we don't get these here in the UK, but they do range all across Europe, all across Eurasia in fact. And as they move across Europe and Asia, the colouring changes slightly. Some have orange markings instead of yellow. And also, they can be perfectly striped, they can be spotted. Some are nearly all black. Different subspecies and species as they go across there. Very, very visual animal. It's a predator, it doesn't eat anything vegetarian. It likes its meat, and it feeds on all kinds of invertebrate animals. And it's quite lively.
The Fire Salamander is very reminiscent of our British frogs and toads with large bulbous eyes. These large eyes are also forward-facing, proof of their predatory nature.
It's a crepuscular or twilight animal, and it hunts in the gloom, in the dusk, on the woodland floor, looking for invertebrate animals, insects, woodlice, spiders, all kinds of things, and it can eat surprisingly large animals. It's got a wide mouth, it can cram quite a lot in.
Unlike British native species of amphibians like frogs and toads, the Fire Salamander is not designed to be camouflaged.
They have a defence. It's a huge parotoid gland here behind the eyes that produces toxin. The toad relies on camouflage first. The Fire Salamander, not at all. He's warning you that he's dangerous. If you eat him, you are going to get a bad tummy ache. He's telling you that by his bright colouring.
So surely the name Fire Salamander comes from its colours, right? Well, it's not as simple as that.
In mythology or old wives' tales, people actually believed they were born from fire, because across Europe, where people traditionally collected firewood from the local woodlands, often this wood would be quite damp. Hibernating fire salamanders, hibernating in the winter, would be under the bark on those rotten, damp logs, and they'd all get thrown into the fire. And of course, the poor fire salamander would do its utmost to escape that fire and come wriggling free from the fireplace. People generally thought these animals came from fire. What a cracking beast. Have one last look. The Fire Salamander.